Hey y'all, this is Scott Smith, your Central Texas Realty expert. We're here at 1606 South 35th Street in Temple, Texas. This is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. The living room, small dining and kitchen. The lot size, we're 60 feet wide and we are 140 feet from front to back. This house is about 1,100 and I think it's 1,101 square feet. We've got a strategy in place for this house to turn it into an ATM machine. It needs some help between now and then. This is our first video of this. Our exterior here, this is called Austin Stone. And we will have it power washed and make it clean and make it snap again. Got some plans for some mulch here. Good sized yard. A couple of really big trees. Since it's winter time, you can't get the full effect of what it's like, but the yard will be nice. Our intentions are to take this double gate, slide it to the back part of the house so that we have parking off to the side there. This house is on pier and beams and sits up fairly high, so fairly easy to get under it. Not for me, but for some. To get underneath there, you can pull wires that way if we need new electrical. You can run new plumbing, which would be a PEX system. If you're not familiar with PEX, I'll tell you briefly, it's a flex pipe. You don't have to do all of the sweating of copper and all that. It doesn't take the same level of labor to run PEX under a house. Original hardwood floors. And my thought is in here, we're going to put a sofa here, probably a little chair there, dining table, throw a rug down. This will be the TV wall, and we'll decorate it up. Got a couple of really nice ceiling fans in here. This wall off to the left of the front door, it's been suggested that when digital nomads travel, that they need a place that's a dedicated workspace. So plan on doing that there. Come on in, Adorn. You'll see from here, there's a transition strip. This becomes a vinyl plank. And it's got the wood look. Vinyl plank is great for a lot of reasons. It's good looking, doesn't scratch. Water doesn't affect it. Fairly easy install. So this will be our dining area. Big window here, big windows in the front. So we just walked in there, came in here. Here's gonna be our kitchen. I'm gonna stand here and tell you about it. This area was recently added and plumbed for a washer and a dryer. Also put some shelves up there for some simple storage. This little place here was recently added, and that's gonna be a coffee bar. Probably a toaster and some simple stuff. This is where our fridge is gonna be. You can see it's plumbed for water there. Electric is good. This holds our hot water heater. I'm thinking at some point in the future when we replace that, we'll take that and we'll get us a tankless and put it outside. It's got a new microwave, new stove just brought in. This area here needs some help. For stage one, I'm thinking we just make this work, which is going to be to get our first tenant in here, see what demand is like in the marketplace. But I think it'll work for now. Up here, I'm thinking we're going to take the doors off of these cabinets and leave them exposed and paint the insides. We've got a couple little artist shelves here. We'll rework the doors on that. This door leads out to the backyard. I'll talk to you about that here in a little bit, but you can see at 140 feet deep, it's very big back there. And another huge window here. I don't know if you saw that. This building's 11 by 19, putting us right around 200 feet. I've got plans for that. With alley access, it's gonna be quite possible for us to bring a car in the back, park them over here or back behind this house. I'm thinking we convert that into another living quarters. In the case of traveling nurses and so forth, it is suggested that if you allow them to bring their pets, you're in much better shape. We're going to go ahead from this point across. We're going to run a privacy fence, make this dog friendly. There's my little partner. She's got her sunglasses on, and she made a book. She's designing furniture and where that's all going to go. So again, I'm going to look at this wall because I'm going to have to choose some decor to go there. Maybe something simple there. Like I said, we're going to do smart TVs and so forth in here. Thankful that all the electronics have gotten so cheap. I just saw a 46-inch smart TV for $239, brand new. So we'll get the cables out, put Wi-Fi in. That'll be a go. So starting here, again, here's our front door. Back and kitchen behind me. There's 2 bedrooms and a bathroom over here. We're gonna rework this bathroom. It's not big, but it's big enough. I'm thinking we leave the tub, take out all the tile, and then come in with a larger tile. And we take that from the tub to the ceiling all the way around. Be a much crisper look. Not sure if we're gonna wanna keep this toilet or not. They're $150 for the low flow, environmentally friendly ones. We're gonna replace this cabinet that holds some product as well as plumbing in it. That's a simple fix. We'll get a cool mirror, some light fixtures, and we will replace the floors in here. This room is important. We're gonna make it work. Coming back in here, here's our thermostat. We transition here from linoleum plank to the original wood. I'm thinking on our transition spots, we might paint that a black and give it a distinct transition spot. This is a good sized room. It's about 11 by 13, 12 by 13. Original wood. At some point in time, I could see sanding these all down, refinishing them, and having a little jewel of some floors back in here. For, again, stage 1, we're going to put a rug over here. Inside we've got 2 closets. This closet had an electrical panel, and I think we're gonna put a smart lock on this. This closet here will probably be where I store supplies. So when we have tenants transitioning, I'll have our toilet papers and cleaning supplies and coffee and all that kind of stuff that we need when people come and go. We'll put a lock on that door so we'll be able to use it. We're gonna put some smart shelves and rods in here to make that work. Another ceiling fan. Instead of replacing this fan, it's a decent fan. The blade's got a little sag. We're gonna disconnect them and flip them over. They'll be standing up again. Locks on both of these doors. Here we've just got some simple little linen closets. Nothing spectacular. Probably gonna have to do a little bit of freshening up on those. This is a little bit bigger bedroom, and back to the transition between linoleum, vinyl plank and original floors. And yes, I get very excited about the floors because I see a lot of opportunity. This is a good sized room. It's about 13 by 15. Thinking we're going to put our queen size bed here, a couple nightstands where I'm standing here. Behind me, we'll put a dresser. We're going to need a piece of art here. So I'm standing where one of the nightstands would be. Bed there, another nightstand. Decorate that wall up. We've got some fractures in some of our glass, and all these cables you see will be gone. Instead of replacing windows at this point, which are fairly expensive, we are going to put some solar screens on the outside. They're not cheap, but I think it's going to do a lot for keeping our utility bills down, and that is one of our expenses. We rent these out furnished, all utilities, so we want to be mindful of places where we can save money on those utilities. Inside, we're also going to put some solar curtains. So this house was built in the 50s, and we're going to, one piece at a time, upgrade it as demand calls for. And another decent sized closet here, which will also have to be reworked. This pipe here goes down into the floor, and it is a ventilation method that they use on these pier and beam houses to allow humidity and just get some airflow from under the house out so that it doesn't get stagnant. And this is also our access point to the attic, which is quite large. So there you have it. This is the inside of 1606 South 35th Street in Temple. This is a private video, so we're paying $145 for it. I'm thinking we're gonna spend about another $20 in remodeling, drapes, blinds, tidy it up, get it ready. We need a refrigerator, washer, dryer. Come back in with some different paint, landscaping. I've got a list. I'll put some links in the comments below and make that video private on YouTube so you can see what our numbers are looking like. Our list of make-ready stuff. We've actually got shopping lists already compiled, so when we close, we can order. When we close on the house, we can go ahead and order and have all those products come in quickly, which means I'm getting rid of my BMW and getting an SUV. Yee. Here's what the street looks like. Been well cared for. I find that in Temple neighborhoods like this, it's kind of pocketed. There may be 10 blocks by 10 blocks where there's some pride of ownership and some remodeling going on, and then not so much. This one, if we go down to the next intersection and make a left, we are 35th Street here. We're 4 blocks from 31st. 31st Street runs here. Our huge Baylor Scott and White Hospital is literally a bike ride from here. A little bit further down, the huge VA hospital. So there is a lot of anticipated or supposed demand for the products we're getting ready to bring here. Nurses are a great tenant for a lot of reasons. They're pre-vetted, they're coming and making tons of money, and they work a lot. They want a nice, clean, cozy place to come home and crash. We're going to provide that. We're wanting to work in the medium-term market for some very specific reasons. Airbnb is short-term market. Short-term market means that you are less than 30 days, which means a lot of local governing bodies are starting to enforce what ordinances are. So I see that market is getting much more regulated and competitive. The advantages we have here is we are over 30 days, which takes us out of that short-term market, takes us out of the regulation. Other advantages, number 2 would be, since we're moving people every probably 3 months, it doesn't take that long to teach somebody about a house, but if you're doing it once a week, it's a lot. It's okay. There's my partner. It's a lot, just learning your house. Instead of doing that 40 times a year, we're gonna do it 4 times a year. Here's that gate at the front of the house. We're gonna pull it right back here so we can park here. I think that'd be preferred. In addition to those 2 reasons of why we prefer the medium-term market: 1, no regulations; 2, fewer turns of people coming in and out. Also means you don't have all the cleaning expenses as often, less wear and tear. Different leases that comes in as passive income then instead of active income. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but there's a difference and there's an advantage. We can do a hybrid where we identify 2, 3, 4 events a year where demand would be high and maybe do short term at those points in time, but we'll see how it goes. This, I am thinking, It's pretty cool in there, actually. We may bring that out. It's already got plumbing here. We may extend this out, turn this into about a 20 by 20, which would be 400 feet. That would give us plenty of room to put a fully self-contained unit with washer, dryer, fridge. We may go kind of mini on some of those things, but bathroom, and maybe like a studio, kind of like a nice hotel room would be like. And so we can come in here off of the alley, make some parking over here if we want to. If I go ahead and tell the truth, which I like to do, I've also got notions of in the Sun City market, not far from here, about 30 minutes, picking up some old RVs that people just thought they had to have when they retired and used a few times, and now they don't. Well, those guys are paying $250 a month to store that stuff now. I wouldn't mind picking one up, sliding it in here, having a third rental. I'm going to have to see what local ordinances and stuff may say about that. But anyway, I like to wring the towel, and that's a thought when doing this. You can see we've got some massive trees back here. So I'm thinking, when all the leaves come back on, this is going to be shaded and beautiful. So there you have it. I gave you, 1, 2, 3 reasons why we want to do midterm. What was number 4 and 5? There were 5 good ones. Also involved with this, I think we're going to bring in $2,500 a month in rent. I might be a little conservative with that. It might go up to $2,700, $2,800. It may go down to $2,200. We're going to find out. I see evidence of $3,000 if I want to be hopeful, but I do see evidence of that. So this house we're paying $145 for. Being older, I think it's going to qualify for a higher percentage of cost segregation. There's a lot of less than 15-year life stuff in this house. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that is suggested. I've been doing business with other folks up here. I've got a new accountant I am interviewing this week. I went to one of his classes last week on entrepreneurship. And so we're going to find out how to operate smartly from a tax perspective as well. While I'm here, as soon as we have that first tenant in here, my hope is we're going to have to turn away 2 or 3. I'm kind of busy right now. It's not that important. I'm hoping we're going to have to turn away 2 or 3 tenants, which is going to tell me there's a demand greater than our personal supply. And if we do this right, we're going to learn, and version 2, the second house, would be better than this one. So hoping we get a good trial run out of this and something we can learn from, have a really good working model when we go for property number 2, and from there just see what we can do to scale if we want to, and move on. Already got a really good handyman up here. I've got a great contractor that I'm working with. So looks like we got a one-stop shop for getting things worked on. 18 minute and 40 some seconds. Jeez Louise, long video. Thanks for having a look. Welcome to my world. Hey, once we get these up and going, we're going to have a lot of knowledge of how to do these right. Things to be sure to do, things to be sure not to do. I'm thinking this will be my new niche, and with all the tax benefits and the cash flow and so forth, it's my belief that we can do some good with investors who would see this as something new that they probably haven't heard of yet. God, I pray that you would give us wisdom, skills, knowledge, understanding, put a good network of people with us, help us to be wise and sober and be good stewards of what you've given us. Let us take our shekels and, instead of hiding them in the backyard and returning one for one, let us see this as our pressed down and shaken as we move forward. Thank you for the legacy that came to us that allows us to get started on some of these things. We love you and appreciate you, Jesus. Amen, amen. All right, well, I'm going to get my 6-year-old. She's already started working. Look, she thinks she found a little rabbit house. She's got a rabbit, and that was a rabbit chicken house. Look at her. She's crazy. Oh. Lord, thank you for a dorm. Also get to pass this on generationally. Real estate passes at a stepped up basis. Nice way to transfer wealth. That's it for today, and we'll talk to you all soon.